All right, so up until this point, we've really just dealt with positive exponents. Okay? And really, that's probably what you've seen in your entire mathematical lives. You may not have ever dealt with negative exponents, and we're not going to do a whole lot with negative exponents other than look at how they work with the laws. Really, what a negative, so we can just, I'll put this in here, a negative exponent can be treated the same way as a positive exponent when simplifying an expression. Okay, it can be thought of exactly the same way. We don't have to switch that around. We can think of it exactly the same way. The only little or the thing that's going to really make a difference is that it actually puts it into a denominator of a fraction. So if we have something like, and I'm going to do a little example here really quickly. I'm not too worried about you getting this 100%, but I just want to show it for general knowledge here. If we have something like 2 to the power of negative 2, so you'll notice a negative exponent there, what it's telling us, and I should actually just, I'm going to go here, is that this is equal to 1 over 2 to the power of 2. Okay, so 2 to the negative 2 is the same as 1 over 2 to the power of 2. It's just simplifying or making it a little bit less writing, but it does deal with a negative exponent. So this is just general knowledge. You don't need to necessarily know this for the assignment. I'm not going to ask you to solve any of these, but this is what a negative exponent represents. Okay, so now we're multiplying. 2 times 2 is underneath here, so it's 1/4. Okay, so it's 1/4 instead of 4. When we have a negative exponent inside or in here, and we want to try to simplify it, so again, same base, we can do that the same way that we would before, except now we're dealing with negatives. So right here, we have 5 to the power of 4 times 5 to the negative 2. Okay? When we, if we had positives, or what we did earlier, is we would just take 4 plus negative 2, okay? We would just add those together, except it would have been positive, so it would have gone bigger. In this case here, a positive and negative, we're going to make it a bit smaller. Positive is bigger, so we're going to get an answer of 2. So that tells us that our new power is 5 to the power of 2. Right? So again, we're doing the same thing that we did before, but now we're dealing with some negative exponents. In this case here, okay, we'll do another example right away here. We have negative 7 as our base in both cases. We have negative 3 and positive 7 as our exponents. So we're going to take the negative 3 and we're going to add 7. Now again, we have a positive 7, which is bigger than the negative 3. So we subtract 3 from the 7, and it's going to give us 4. Okay, 7 positives, we take 3 of them away because we have 3 negatives, and we're going to be left with positive 4. What this is going to give us as an answer is negative 7 to the power of 4. Right, so that's multiplying. Dividing, same thing, except now we are subtracting our exponents. So instead of adding these two together, we have our top and our bottom. So we're going to take the top one, negative 2, and we're going to subtract 3. Now we're at negative 2, we're going to go down 3, or we're going to add another negative 3. And so this is going to give us negative 5 as our answer. So again, same base, very important that we have that. And so this will give us 4 to the power of negative 5. Again, if you want to put the negative 5 in the brackets, you can. I usually won't, but make sure that we at least know that it's an exponent, not just 4 minus 5, because it can look like that as well. Okay. So again, if we have negative in front and we're subtracting, we still subtract, we go down. Whatever one's on top, that goes first. Whatever one's to the left, that one goes first. All right, another example here. Again, same base. Now we have 7 and negative 2 as our exponents. And so we're going to do 7 minus negative 2. Subtracting a negative, which is, it's adding the opposite. So we're adding a positive. So in this case here, it is 9. And so our new power, still negative 5, but now to the power of 9. So it's negative 5 to the power of 9. All right, so that's dividing. Again, adding, subtracting. When it comes down to having something outside of a bracket, we're now multiplying these two together. And so here we have a -5 on the outside and a +3 on the inside. So we're going to start with multiplying these two together. We're going to do 3 times -5. That's going to equal -15. And so our new power, and put an equal sign in there, is going to be 5 to the power of -15. 5 to the power of -15. Last one here, again, we have a base of -4. We have a -3 onto the -4. We have a -2 that's on the entire thing. So again, and I don't mean to reiterate here, but again, now we just multiply. Okay, we've done this in the past. We know what we're doing here, or at least we should know what we're doing here. -2. Two negatives multiplied together gives us a positive. 3 times 2 is 6. And so our new power is -4 to the power of 6. So that's what we deal with when we have negative exponents. Again, negatives and positives can be mixed around a whole lot. In your assignment, questions 1 and 2 are just dealing with our initial exponent laws, but they have negative exponents in there as well, so you got to deal with those negative exponents once you work on questions 1 and 2.